Welcome to the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.
Yeah.
Get ready for a thrilling journey into two pulse-pounding flash fiction stories.
Right.
Featuring resourceful teen heroes facing incredible odds.
Mm-hmm.
You shared some truly wild tales with us, and we've extracted the most exciting elements.
Absolutely.
Prepare for cunning strategies, unexpected alliances,
Right.
and the raw courage of underdogs
Right.
fighting to protect what they hold dear, presented in a fun, entertaining way, just like a blockbuster action film.
Right.
Rate and follow the show
Yeah.
for more captivating stories from the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.
What immediately grabs you about these stories is that intense, almost cinematic sense of danger.
Right.
The young protagonist's face right from the start, and the remarkable ingenuity
Right.
in these really high-stakes situations. It really throws you right into the action.
What's that?
First up on our journey,
Okay.
we're diving into Switchback.
Right.
Picture this,
Mhm.
a never-stopping train
What?
that's become a mobile home
Okay.
for orphaned rail riders.
Yeah.
And their bravery and quick thinking are pushed to the limit
Yeah.
when vicious bandits,
Right.
the Iron Hounds,
Oh, yeah.
led by the brutal Slade, relentlessly pursue them.
I see.
This isn't just about transportation, you see. Their train is their lifeline
Right.
in this desolate world.
Okay.
A sprawling,
Yeah.
cobbled-together fortress
Wow.
on wheels
I see.
with everything from greenhouses to
Oh.
makeshift forges.
Oh, wow.
The stakes couldn't be higher
Yeah.
for Maya and her siblings, Ben and Lely.
That description of their train
Yeah.
as this sprawling, cobbled-together behemoth
Right.
is fantastic world building in such a short format.
Yeah. It instantly tells you so much
Yeah.
about the lives of these rail riders and the harsh realities that they face.
Yeah.
You can almost feel the resourcefulness
Right.
that went into creating
Yeah.
such a mobile sanctuary.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder what kind of ingenuity they had to develop
Yeah.
just to survive.
Then we'll plunge into the mystical world
Right.
of the Serpent's Spire.
All right.
Imagine this.
Yeah.
A secluded island sanctuary
Mhm.
guarded by a colossal
Wow.
sacred sea serpent.
Okay.
Two siblings,
Right.
Kaya and Tano,
Uh-huh.
descendants of the Deep Keepers,
Mm-hmm.
must summon the ancient magic
Oh, wow.
of the ocean itself
Okay.
to defend their protector
Yeah.
and their home
Right.
from ruthless poachers
Mhm.
who seek to exploit this mythical creature.
I see.
Their connection to the serpent is profound,
Mm.
and its well-being
Right.
is intrinsically tied to the
Yeah.
fate of their island.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like a scene
Yeah.
straight out of an epic fantasy movie.
It's fascinating how these two stories
Yeah.
present such contrasting settings.
Mhm.
You got this almost industrial gritty feel
Right.
in Switchback,
Yeah.
and then this mythical fairy tale-like atmosphere
Right.
in the Serpent's Spire.
Mm-hmm.
It really highlights the imaginative power
Yeah.
packed into these short narratives.
Right.
And it'll be interesting to see the different kinds of
Yeah.
courage and resilience these young heroes demonstrate.
Our mission on this journey today
Okay.
is to really unpack the ingenuity and resilience of these young heroes as they face down danger.
Right.
We'll be looking at their clever tactics, the incredibly strong bonds of family and community
Right.
that empower them,
Absolutely.
and the unique and vivid worlds they inhabit.
You wanted to understand what truly drives these characters
Right.
and how they manage to overcome
Yeah.
what seem like impossible challenges. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
All right.
Let's start our journey
Mm-hmm.
with Switchback.
Okay.
The danger is immediate.
Yep.
And visceral.
Right.
The Iron Hounds and their menacing leader, Slade.
Right.
You pointed out his taste for locomotives.
Yeah.
And that's such a chillingly specific detail, isn't it?
It really is.
It makes you think this isn't just about
Yeah.
stealing cargo.
Right.
It hints at something more personal,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps even obsessive.
Yeah.
It raises the stakes significantly.
It really does. This detail paints a picture
Yes.
of a particularly dangerous and maybe even unhinged antagonist.
Right.
what kind of challenges do you think Maya and her crew face because of this strange obsession?
Right. It feels like they're not just dealing with your run-of-the-mill bandits looking for supplies.
Right.
Slade's fixation on the trains suggests a relentless hunter.
Yeah.
Maybe even someone driven by a past grievance or a twisted sense of conquest.
Oh, wow.
Making their escape and long-term survival that much more precarious.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
This unusual fixation could symbolize a desire to control or even destroy the very means of escape and freedom for the rail riders, adding a layer of psychological torment to his pursuit beyond mere acquisition.
I see.
It makes you wonder if he sees the trains themselves as a challenge or a trophy.
Right.
This ambiguity definitely adds a layer of complexity to the threat Maya and her siblings are up against.
And then there's their incredible home.
Right.
This train, described as a sprawling, cobbled-together behemoth of salvaged cars, greenhouses, and makeshift forges.
Okay.
This isn't just a train providing transport. It's a self-sustaining community on the move.
Wow.
What does this kind of ingenuity tell us about the resourcefulness of these orphaned rail riders and the harsh realities of the world they inhabit?
What's fascinating here is how this mobile fortress speaks volumes about their incredible adaptability and the likely scarcity of resources in their world.
Yeah.
They haven't just found shelter.
Right.
They've engineered a way of life.
Absolutely.
The greenhouses suggest a determination to cultivate sustenance. The forges imply they're maintaining their equipment and likely capable of defending themselves.
It really highlights a remarkable level of self-reliance and a powerful sense of community.
Right.
Born not out of choice, but out of sheer necessity. It makes you appreciate their resilience all the more.
The heart of this flash fiction story really beats during the attack, showcasing their quick thinking and incredibly coordinated teamwork. Could you describe the specific roles each sibling plays? Maya as lookout and leader, Finn's desperate engineering, Ben's track manipulation, and Lily's smoky defense. How does this synchronized effort highlight their deep bond and their incredibly practical skills in such a dangerous environment?
Absolutely. Maya is clearly the linchpin, taking on that critical role of lookout. And then seamlessly transition
into a leadership position. Directing their defense.
I see.
Finn, as the engineer, is literally driving their survival, pushing the train to its absolute limits. Ben's track trickery demonstrates a strategic mind and a deep understanding of the railway infrastructure itself. He's not just reacting. He's manipulating the battlefield. And even young Lily's quick-witted use of smoke is a brilliant example of leveraging their immediate environment for protection. Their synchronized actions, Maya's early warning, Finn's speed, Ben's diversion, and Lily's cover demonstrate a profound understanding of each other's strengths and a well-rehearsed response to danger. It's a powerful testament to how their familial bond has become intrinsically linked to their survival.
Let's really zoom in on that track trickery. Ben's clever use of the switchback. The text mentions a shriek of protesting metal as the track pivots.
I see.
That sound alone adds so much tension to the scene. How does this ingenious maneuver completely turn the tables on the pursuing iron hounds? And what are the immediate consequences for those bandits hot on their heels?
That shriek of protesting metal really brings that pivotal moment to life, doesn't it?
It does.
It underscores the immense strain on the machinery and the suddenness of the change in direction. This clever tactic completely disrupts the Ironhound's pursuit. Expecting a straight and predictable path, they're caught completely off guard by the sudden, violent curve created by the switchback.
I see.
The immediate consequence is chaos. Their momentum, which they were relying on to close the distance, now works against them. Likely sending their vehicles careening off the tracks and into the ravine. It's a brilliant, almost cinematic tactical move that buys the rail riders invaluable time. And likely inflicts significant damage and casualties on the pursuing bandits.
I see.
You can almost picture the looks in their faces.
And then there's the equally ingenious use of smoke as a shield. Lily's quick thinking with that oil-soaked rag buys them precious, vital seconds. What does this kind of resourcemess in using their immediate surroundings tell us about their ingrained survival instincts
in this harsh world?
Lily's action is a perfect illustration of making the absolute most of incredibly limited resources. In a desolate world like theirs, where every scrap and every element matters, they've learned to see potential in everything.
Absolutely.
That oil-soaked rag and the train's smokestack become an improvised but highly effective defense mechanism. This kind of resourcefulness speaks volumes about their adaptability and those deeply ingrained survival instincts. They're not just passively reacting to threats. They're actively and creatively using their knowledge of their environment and the train itself to protect themselves. It shows a level of maturity and quick thinking far beyond their years.
Really forged in the crucible of necessity.
Even after this clever victory, Maya understands that it's only a temporary reprieve.
I see.
She knows that Slade wouldn't give up easily and that their tricks wouldn't last forever. This creates a real sense of ongoing tension and subtly hints at the future challenges that inevitably lie ahead for them.
I see.
What does this reveal about the fundamental nature of their conflict and their constant struggle for survival?
That acknowledgement from Maya is so crucial. It demonstrates a very realistic understanding of their perilous situation. Their victory in this particular encounter is tactical, a momentary advantage. But it's certainly not a permanent solution to the larger threat posed by Slade and the Ironhounds.
I see.
The fact that their tricks and resources are finite underscores the constant vulnerability of their nomadic existence. Danger is always lurking just around the bend, and their survival depends on unwavering vigilance, continuous innovation, and perhaps even a bit of luck. They can never afford to become complacent. They must always be anticipating the next threat and looking for their next edge.
The final paragraph of Switchback really emphasizes their transformation, stating they weren't just runaways anymore. They were mechanics, protectors, a family forged in iron grit and desperation. This powerfully highlights their incredible resilience and the unbreakable bonds that have been formed through immense adversity. What does this suggest about their core motivation to keep fighting against such overwhelming odds?
That's such a potent statement. It signifies a profound shift in their very identity. They may have started as runaways, perhaps fleeing some past hardship or injustice, but their shared experiences and their collective fight for survival have forged them into something much stronger and more defined. The hardships they've endured and their unified efforts to overcome them have created an almost unbreakable familial bond. Their motivation to keep fighting stems not just from a primal desire to survive as individuals, but from a deep and unwavering commitment to protect their hard-won home. And most importantly, each other. They are fighting for their family, for their way of life, and for a future that they are desperately trying to build amidst the chaos.
All right. Let's shift gears now.
Okay.
And begin our journey into the second flash fiction story. The Serpent Spire.
Okay.
The opening scene immediately establishes a clear and present danger.
Okay.
A sleek and dark boat filled with armed men heading directly for the spire.
Okay.
The description emphasizes their sinister purpose. They are described as a spear aimed at the heart of their world. What kind of atmosphere does this vivid imagery create right from the start? And what do you think the spire likely represents to Kaio and Tano in their community?
The language used here. Sleek and dark. Spear aimed at the heart. Immediately conjures a sense of foreboding, menace, and focused aggression. The atmosphere is instantly tense and expectant, like the quiet before a storm. The spire, in this context, likely represents far more than just a physical landmark or dwelling. It's probably a place of deep spiritual significance, a sanctuary, and perhaps even the very source of their island's well-being, intrinsically linked to its connection with the sacred sea serpent. It's the central point of their lives, their community, and their identity as the deep keepers. You can feel the weight of what's at stake.
The sacred sea serpent is absolutely central to their world. The description of its colossal size and shimmering scales paints a picture of a truly awe-inspiring and almost mythical being. We learn that it offers wisdom, protection, and healed their island with its ancient songs. What does this tell us about the profound relationship between the serpent and the island community? And why would these ruthless poachers even dare to target such a seemingly powerful creature?
This description beautifully establishes a deeply symbiotic and almost spiritual relationship between the serpent and the island community. It's not merely a powerful creature. It acts as a benevolent guardian, providing essential benefits that sustain their way of life. The mention of ancient songs hints at a deep, perhaps magical, and certainly ancient connection that transcends a simple physical presence. Poachers, driven by greed and likely an understanding of the serpent's unique and potent attributes. Perhaps its scales, its venom, or other parts believed to hold immense value in the outside world, would target it precisely because of its power and rarity, utterly disregarding the devastating impact its capture or harm would have on the island's fragile ecosystem and its spiritual well-being. Their greed